meet me behind the cornflakes.
They were over there last week. You on your own?
This is the first time I've been allowed out since the suspension.
Well, they scared that you might meet me.
Yeah. The way my mum goes on about you, I think you had Tourette's or something.
You want to hear what my dad says about you?
What?
Don't matter. As long as you don't repeat it to McCluskey.
He isn't going to see Mrs. McCluskey, is he? Today?
Yeah, why?
So's my mum.
If you'd like to wait in there, Mrs. Stewart, I'm sure Mrs. McCluskey won't be long. Ta.
Mr. McGuffey?
Mr. Hopwood.
Exercising a little diplomacy on behalf of Grange Hill, I see.
Showing her parents to Mrs. McCluskey's office is more an act of common courtesy, I'd have thought. Although as that particular parent happens to be Christopher Stewart's father, I'm sure a little diplomacy won't have gone amiss.
Well, nice try, but I wonder if Mrs. Scott would agree with you.
Mrs. Scott?
Yes. She's waiting in there to see Mrs. McCluskey, too.
Claire's mother?
The very same.
Oh, Lord.
What makes you think I'm any less concerned about the welfare of my child than you are about yours?
I suppose you think my boy's to blame, don't you? Tch, the look on your face says it all.
Well, I'm sure Claire hasn't been brought up to behave like that.
Oh, I'm sure she hasn't. What people tend to forget, though, is that girls develop faster than boys.
Meaning?
Meaning that girls are more forward at that age. And that if anyone made the running, it was probably your Claire.
What has your son been telling you?
I don't think it'd be too wise to go in there, do you?
Thank you for the benefit of your wisdom, but I think I'm the best judge of that, don't you?
Look, Christopher and Claire are both in my class. I know their parents. It would be better if I spoke to them.
Oh, yes, I'm sure they'd respond more favourably to a respected pillar of the Grange Hill establishment.
What?
You know what your son has been saying.
to get past, please. Pillar of the Grange Hill establishment? What do you mean by that? If you'd kindly step out of my way.
Not till you explain that last remark.
Oh, I see. You're determined to ensure that my mistake causes the maximum possible embarrassment to everyone.
Are you implying that I deliberately allowed you to put Mr. Stewart and Mrs. Scott in there together?
Let's just say that if you'd have told me a fraction sooner, we could have avoided what is, in the circumstances, a rather indelicate pairing.
Look, this is neither the time nor the place, but if you insist on making...
Hopwood. You are, after all, on school premises, and that sort of behaviour would be far better suited to an alehouse brawl. Ah, Mrs. McCluskey. Mrs. Scott, Mr. Stewart. I'm sorry, my secretary didn't tell me you had an appointment.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't.
Yeah, I've turned up on spec, too.
I see. Well, I'm afraid my daily schedule doesn't allow me time to fit in casual visits.
It's hardly casual.
However, if you've no objection to waiting, I could probably see you in about an hour.
An hour?
It's the best I can do, I'm afraid.
I'll wait.
If you tell the ladies in the canteen that I sent you, they'll probably fix you up with a cup of tea.
Oh, thank you.
An hour?
I thought I had it there.
Suzanne's good at the cube, you know. She did it in 2.5 minutes once.
That's nothing. I've heard of kids who can do it in 25 seconds.
Someone say something?
I didn't hear nothing.
Could have sworn I heard a noise.
You did? Ferret Features reckons he's good at the cube.
The eagle off knows some crosses gives him a headache.
No, don't shut the man down before you give him a chance. Show us Eagle.
Eagle? Who's Eagle?
That's who he reminds me of. Have you ever seen those old horror movies? The Baron Frankenstein, he always has a deformed assistant, you know, screwed up face, gnarly hands, hunchback.
That's White Eagle. He shuffles around looking after his monster.
That's the one. Only, he looks a bit lost without his monster, doesn't he? Don't wrap your chains on the way out, Eagle.
Do you mind if I join you?
Those teachers. Disgraceful, wasn't it?
Well, if the teachers behave like that, what chance have the kids got? I mean, it's no wonder they got off the rails.
Well, Mr. Hopwood always struck me as one of the more capable members of staff.
No, it's the other one. You can see it written all over him. Out to lunch. Out to lunch?
Oh, that's Mr. McGuffey.
Oh, that's McGuffey, is it? Look, about just now. Well, I was being defensive. I know even less than you, I should imagine.
So your son hasn't told you anything?
Christopher? You need a crowbar to prize anything out of him.
Up till a few years ago, Claire and I, we were so close. She used to tell me everything. Not now.
Yeah, I know. She'll talk to you if she feels like it, and that's not often. Mine's the same.
They make you feel as if you're a constant source of embarrassment to them.
Well, I suppose we are. I mean, for a start, we're so old.
Why should they listen to us when they already know all the answers?
Why, indeed?
The thing is, well, Claire doesn't realise that incidents like this always reflect badly on the girl.
Yeah, that's true. Though it doesn't make the boy feel any better if he's got any decency in him. And my Christopher has.
They're both decent children. Which is why Mrs. McCluskey had no call to suspend them for what was nothing more than a peck on the cheek.
Well, that's precisely my point.
Oh, here you go. Here's a present for Grandpa.
What is it?
It's a boat.
If he sticks it through his neck, it'll stop his head from falling off.
It was only a peck on the cheek, Mrs. McCluskey.
We have no way of knowing what would have happened had they not been interrupted when they were. Not that I'm saying anything would have happened between Christopher and Claire.
Well, it sounded that way to me.
It's just that if we were seen to condone such behaviour, who knows what it might give rise to among other pupils with less restraint than your own children.
Well, I understand
And I'm
that,
sure, Mrs. Scott, that you wouldn't want Claire to attend a school in which a blind eye was turned to such goings-on.
Well, no, but...
I appreciate your concern as parents. However, as I see it, I have no alternative but to insist that your children serve out their suspensions. I have to make it absolutely clear what is and what is not acceptable at Grange Hill.
Oh, I see. And a blazing row between teachers is acceptable, is it?
Oh, what you doing? You fit for this afternoon?
Naturally, where would the team be without my magic foot to cast a spell on the opposition?
Semi-final, ain't it?
That's it, my boy. Next stop, Wembley.
You wish.
Yeah. He ain't playing, is he?
Who? Here you go. You're kidding. It's nothing to do with us.
Well, Baxter's got me looking after the kit.
But go look after it somewhere else. I get a bit nervous before a big match. I'm easily upset by bad smells.
He ain't nothing about Gripper, is he?
Shame the grip had to come back, really, innit?
A shame. It's diabolical. He should have been expelled this time.
Firing squad every morning for a month would have been more like it.
No, but it's a joke, isn't it? I mean, a week's extra suspension. He's going to be even harder to handle when he comes back.
You let him come, mate.
Oh, you're going to take him on, are you, Woody?
Not me, guys, but we've got someone who will. Glenroy, if he comes across Mr. Gripper on the premises, he's going to batter him bad.
Yeah, and you reckon he can?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise you had visitors.
Mrs. Scott and Mr. Stewart are just on the way out.
Well, thank you for seeing us, Mrs. McCluskey. I'm sure you've acted in what you see as the best interests of your school.
Mrs. McCluskey?
Mr. Stewart.
Too far from satisfied customers, if I'm not mistaken.
And I can't say that I blame them. They think that I overreacted in suspending their children, and on reflection, I think they're probably right.
You do?
If you recall, I wasn't in the sweetest of moods when Miss Clark delivered them to me, so I probably did overreact. However, authority in this school has been subjected to a definite challenge of late. Stebson's activities, the appearance of an underground magazine. This is a delicate time for us all, and I can't be seen to back down in public.
But you try telling that to the parents, eh?
Especially when they've overheard two of your members of staff having a stand-up row. Mr. Hopwood and Mr. McGuffey.
Mr. Hopwood?
To be fair, it did seem as though he'd been sorely provoked by Mr. McGuffey.
Even so, it's still most unlike Mr. Hopwood to react in such a fashion.
Yes, I think I'd better speak to them both. Especially Mr. McGuffey. You know, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he was in some way connected with this magazine.
That may well be. And if I can locate their paper supply, it would give us a further clue.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Scott, Mr. Stewart.
Hi, Dwayne.
Do you have any luck?
No. Nothing short of dynamite will budge that headmistress of yours.
Still, they haven't got long to the end of the suspensions now, have they?
That's not the point.
No.
That's not the point.
No. You can see what she means, though, can't you? I mean, look, kid gets his head split open, and the kids involved in the fight, they get a shorter suspension than Claire and Stupor.
Since when have you started sticking up for Stupor?
Well, don't you think he got a rough deal?
Yeah, if I was getting tangled up with Claire Scott in the cloakroom, oh, it must have been horrible.
You know what I mean.
Look, you want to think yourself lucky it wasn't you.
Do I?
Look, you wouldn't find me going all glassy-eyed over some stupid girl.
Hey, the turban, tell me something. How come the school allows you to wear it all the time?
Suppose they respect my religion.
Yeah? Well, why don't they respect mine? You see this hat and these locks? They're all part of Rastafari, but they aren't allowed at Grange Hill.
Still wear them, though.
Sikhs, acting all superior and stirring up bad feelings.
Hey, Woody, what's he talking about?
Gripper and his gang.
Oh, we're the cause of all that, are we? I thought we was just the victims.
Look, we're all the victims because of you.
I didn't see anybody picking on you. Anyway, you try and tell me other black kids didn't know what racial prejudice was until Asian kids came to Grange Hill.
Look, I'm just saying that the trouble started when you came. But it's us who have to deal with Mr. Gripper when he gets back.
Well, don't worry about that. We can attend to our own defences when Gripper comes back.
Hey, you hear me now. The brothers have requested that I personally welcome Mr. Gripper back to Grange Hill.
So?
So I don't want no interference, right?
We are entitled to defend ourselves.
What you grinning at, rat face?
If you two could both hear yourselves, you'd know what he was grinning at. Good job, Gripper's not even laughing his head off. I mean, why should he bother to pick on black kids? When all you've got to do is stick two of them in a room together, they end up fighting each other.
Hey, Stew Pop.
Oh, cheers.
Good to have you back.
So what's been happening then?
The football team got through to the final.
Yeah?
Yep. 1-2-1 after extra time. Woody got both our goals.
So how's life been without me then? Oh, a real drag. Never mind, we're all back together now, all served our time.
With the exception of Gripper.
I thought you got a life sentence.
No, he didn't get expelled. He got away with suspension.
So he'll be coming back? Well, he's got to finish his mugging apprenticeship, hasn't he? We'll have to do something about that then, won't we? Give yourself time to get in the door.
Anyway, what can we do?
I don't know. Put something in the mag, or at least reissue that article on racism. You have been out of touch, haven't you?
McCluskey's waiting for someone to make a move on the magazine so she can pounce.
Don't matter, we'll have to risk getting caught, won't we? Hold on. I thought I could feel the breeze of someone's ear I was flapping.
I wasn't listening.
Not much. Go and put your nose into someone else's business, Igor. Igor? Well, that's what we call him now. Tell you about it later.
Weaselly little creep.
Trouble is, now Gripper's not here. You don't notice him on his own.
Sorry I'm late. H4.
That's all right, sir. Don't let it happen again.
Ah, you're back, are you, Christopher?
Collected the books up for you, sir.
You gave me a start, Reese. I didn't realise you were there.
Not you and all. Beginning to think I don't exist anymore.
Well, penalty for standing in Stepson's shadow for so long. It's hardly surprising that people refuse to acknowledge your existence now that he's gone.
But why should they take out on me just because of Gripper, sir?
Well, you were more than a little implicated in his activities, Reese.
I didn't have a lot of option, did I?
I don't quite follow you.
Well, he used to bully me as much as anyone else. The only difference was that he used to threaten me to get me to help him.
Are you saying that he forced you to assist him against your will?
Of course he did, but I can't get near enough to tell anyone that.
Ah, the paradox, eh? Stepson banished outside the walls of Grange Hill, you in exile inside the school.
Yeah, well, it's not funny when all you ever see is other people's backs.
I think the only way round this is for you to turn your back on your past activities. Convince people you've finished with Stepson.
I would if I could, but who's gonna believe me?
Well, there's your problem. The die has been cast.
Right and all. Suzanne, Claire and Christine, they're planning a warm grip against starting up on the black kids when he comes back to school.
How can 3 girls stop a brute like that?
I can't say, can I? But I do know I'd like to help them. Show that I can be different. But there's no way they'd let me.
You'd really stand up against Stepson and your own racism?
Yeah.
Hey, sort it out in a civilised manner, you two.
Yeah, if you get caught, you'll be expelled this time. And with Suzanne's past record, that means she'll be out with you. We'll have to be careful then, won't we? There's no way that we can be careful enough. McCluskey's got us well under observation. Us and anybody remotely connected with us. All she's waiting for is one wrong move.
But we've already got the master proof of that particular issue. Our only problem is getting enough supply of paper over to the print room.
But who's going to risk it?
Somebody Mrs. McCluskey would never suspect.
That's what I'm saying. Who?
Mind if I join you?
Yeah, be our guest.
No, I've come to see someone else, actually. But I thought I'd just take this opportunity to pop over and put in a few words on somebody's behalf.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Try not to prejudice this boy. His past associations are such that you wouldn't normally want anything to do with him. But that is all in the past now, and I think the least you can do is listen to what he has to say.
Who is he?
Danny Reese. Hear me out before you faint. He's told me that you have some plans afoot to protest about Stepson being allowed back to Grange Hill.
Told you. Big ears.
He didn't elaborate. That's as much as I know or wish to know. And I must say that his desire to help seemed genuine.
About as genuine as a 40-pence piece.
I think you'd be surprised.
Astounded, more the word.
Well, I'll leave it with you. He's sitting over there on his own.
Surprise, surprise.
Please, don't dismiss him too cynically.
Denny Reese involved in the magazine.
Why not? Who's the last person Mrs. McCluskey would suspect?
Think about it. I mean, Scruffy could be right. It could be genuine.
Denny Reese? I don't believe it.
He's desperate. He's been wandering around like a lost soul with that gripper, trying to worm his way around anybody who'll have him.
But we'll have to tell him about our paper supply, where we print the magazine, everything.
Oh, don't worry about that. He wouldn't dare double-cross us without his lord and protector tied behind.
And think about it. When Gripper does come back, think of how he'll feel when his own right-hand man has been helping us to put him down.
Call him over.
Oi.
I still don't like it.
I know that this, as you probably say, is not the time or place.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say, sir. May I
Put the bottle down, Patterson.
Look, I quite understand your attitude, but I'd just like to say that the accusation I made against you was grossly unfair. I know that had it been possible, you'd have prevented the meeting between Mr. Stewart and Mrs. Scott. All I can offer in defense of my conduct is that I was under some pressure at the time. I'd be grateful if you'd accept my sincere apologies. I'll repeat that in public, if you like.
Don't do it, Orpington. You're a big boy now. Well, you can't get much more public than this place. But I would like us to talk later.
Yes, of course.
Over a pint?
You're on.
I don't feel right with him sitting here. Everybody's looking at us.
Christine, no one's looking at us. Now, do you understand what you've got to do?
You hand the paper to me, and I slide it over till we print up the magazine.
I still don't think we ought to tell him where that is.
How can he deliver it if we don't?
All I want is a chance.
All right. But make sure you keep well out of the way of any teachers.
I ain't silly, you know.
No. Well, just so you remember, you let us down this time, and there won't be a second chance.
All clear?
Yeah.
Come on. But you know where to take it. I'll see you there.
All right.
He should have been here by now.
Maybe he's taken the pretty route.
I don't think he's going to show.
Waiting for somebody.
Bad news?
A summons for me to see Mrs. McCluskey during morning break tomorrow.
Do you think it's to do with that set, too?
Could be a possibility.
I'll pop along and have a word if you like. After all, I am a pillar of the Grange Hill establishment.
Sorry about that.
Come on, let's have that drink, shall we?
Yeah.
I suppose this is the logical place to produce a magazine, but somehow I didn't think you'd have the gall to use the school print room. However, I can't say I'm surprised to find that you three girls are the brains behind this little venture. How long have you been back from suspension, Claire? How many times have you been before me for one reason or another, Suzanne? It's not that I'm entirely unsympathetic with some of the things you're trying to say. But But I do find it rather bizarre that after a commendable attack on racism in this particular issue, you should allow Mr. McGuffey to talk you into recruiting one of Stepson's henchmen onto the magazine.
Mr. McGuffey didn't have anything to do with the magazine, Miss.
Suzanne, your friend Reese has already told me of his involvement.
Then he's lying.
Are you deliberately trying to make things worse for yourself?
A week's detention. I can't believe it. I thought she'd expel us.
She probably would have done if Claire hadn't been there.
What do you mean?
McCluskey knows she went over the top when she suspended you and Stew Pot. That's why she's let us off lightly this time.
Anyway, she seemed more interested in Scruffy than us.
Not much. She'll have the rack and foam scrap for him tomorrow.
Oh, why wouldn't she listen to us?
Probably because of what Denny told her.
You snake, Reese.
I couldn't help it, a bag burst.
I suppose you couldn't help grassing Scruffy up either, could ya?
I thought if McCluskey knew he was encouraging us, she might let us off.
You lying rat.
Rat, weasel, snake, I don't know why I bother. I've got no chance, have I? Nothing I can say can make you believe me.
Believe you?
Gloat while you can.
I ain't gloating.
That's not what it looks like for me. But don't worry. We'll wipe that smirk off your snaky face.
Will ya? We'll see about that.
You won't look so cocky tomorrow, you know.
Ah, but I will. 'Cause guess who's come back to Grange Hill in the morning?
Gripper.